Hey everybody, it's the coach, and this is Monday Night Football on EA Sports. Up next, we've got what should be an intriguing matchup between the Cleveland Browns and the Houston Texans. I'll be back at halftime to look at some of these stats and scores from Sunday's action. But for now, it's Monday Night Football. And to call the action, here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Cleveland Browns and the Houston Texans. Hi again, everyone. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, we look at this Texan ball club entering play here. They come in feeling good after back-to-back victories.
And they looked awfully good last week and came away with a 2-touchdown victory. They did have a few reasons for concern defensively, but all in all, they'll take a repeat here if they could get it.
Meanwhile, for the Browns here, they too were winners last time out, so something's got to give here.
And I love it when both teams come in off of wins. Great mindsets, and it usually leads to a really well-played game.
Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So here come the Browns for their first drive on offense. They will be led out by the Heisman Trophy winner from 2018 from Oklahoma, Baker Mayfield.
We both know it's a league where they seemingly throw the ball just about every play. But watching him perform last week where he threw 3 touchdown passes still caught my eye in a big way.
Still kind of the gold standard, 3 touchdown passes, isn't it? And for his efforts last week, AFC Offensive Player of the Week.
I can't wait to see what he does this week.
Calling no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now. And on your screen, the offensive starters, Jarvis Landry, a guy that we profile.
Love his game. Not only is he going to beat you with athleticism, he's going to outwork you as well. And look for him to hurt you also in the kick return game.
First carry for Nick Chubb. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. A run through the starters defensively for the Texans. They really played well in that win last week against Miami.
And while you can't actually see confidence rising in a unit, you can tell by this team, all right? Anytime you can tell your offense, hey, just get us a couple of touchdowns. We got this thing locked down. That's when you know you're playing well and you're carrying your team along.
On third down, Mayfield. He's going to sling this deep down. He's got a man, complete. That one will go down as 33 yards on the third down conversion.
Brandon, we've both been around the game long enough that we know that in pregame, defenses are pretty amped up, aren't they? I mean, they're pounding lockers, and they can't wait to get out there. But when you hit them with some big pass plays early, it takes the starch right out of them.
And on this challenge, the refs have to take a peek and see whether or not the receiver was able to dot the I with both feet,
while making sure that he possesses the football all the way through the catch.
Mayfield's pass complete to Austin Jenkins.
Well, he challenged the play. It did not pay off.
And that means he lost a timeout in that challenge.
And as a coach, you hate that. Don't know if you took the advice of the player. You threw it yourself, but it didn't go your way.
At the end of the day, it all comes back to the head coach. He has the final determination on whether to actually challenge the play or not. In this case, it didn't pay off for him.
And that's got to be so heartbreaking. You throw that flag, you probably feel really confident, and then all of a sudden, boom, you lose the challenge.
Yeah, when you take a look at it, you're throwing that flag because you believe you're going to be right. And when it comes back the other way, you have to regroup.
Man open, that's Damian Ratley. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 25-yard line. Nice job keeping that opening drive alive, and they're in plus territory, that part of the field where you really want to convert on third down. They did. Big-time pickup for them, and now I think the aggressive play callers think to themselves, this part of the field, I take my shot at the end zone, because the closer you get to the end zone, the field gets condensed. Makes it a lot tougher to run those routes. You still got a chance to actually run past people right now. Take your shot at the end zone early in the down and distance count. Yeah, maybe they were coming with a blitz that time, and it caused a jump. I think if we saw it, you know that they saw it. Might have been a little discussion down there. Bad guys coming. Pick them up. Pick them up. And someone jumped. Following the penalty, Chubb. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play, and it'll make this a 2nd and long. Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half. Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do? Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, it's nothing but room to run. They get 6 yards back on the run, but still have a 3rd and long situation forthcoming. Mayfield from the gun on 3rd down. And to the tight end here, Safarian Jenkins. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for 4th down. Well, it looks like they got what they wanted. They got the completion, but they weren't able to break any tackles or gain nearly enough yardage to pick up the first down. Now to be 4th and short. No touchdown there, but if that first drive is any indication, looks like they're going to have a pretty good day passing the football. I would say confidence would have to be pretty high after that first drive, able to throw it almost at will. You're exactly right. They didn't get the touchdown, but 3 points serves as a nice notice about how this offense is going to move. This one taken from the 7. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. So here come the Texans now for their first drive. Leading the charge will be their quarterback, always fun to watch, Deshaun Watson. That was a solid performance last week, wasn't it? 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, ran the team well, won the ball game. Bottom line, may not have been earth-shattering, but it didn't need to be. Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. Now it's Watson toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete. And let's look here at the Houston offense. And the schedule makers have given them a little break right here. Back-to-back home games, and they won last week. So they're trying to make it 2 in a row before they hit the road next week. They have to take advantage of this break in the schedule. So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. Now a pass, and it's complete to QT. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup. Time for a look at our starters here on defense. And they come in a top 10 unit against the pass, currently 8th in the NFL. And I'm struggling a little bit trying to really categorize this crew. They're top 10 in the league against the pass, but the bottom half of the league in sacking the quarterback. That doesn't make sense. Imagine if this group ever put pressure on the QB, they'd easily move into the top 5. Over the middle, complete. That's Jordan. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. A fresh set of downs on a gain of 13 there for the Texans. When you give up points on the opening drive, in this case a field goal, you'd hate to go 3 and out. They avoid that. They do, and it's also walking that fine line mentally, too, as a coach, isn't it? Because you want to emphasize to your team exactly what you said. All right, we gave up a field goal. Let's go back and at least equal that, guys. But if we don't, you don't want them to feel like it's the end of the world either. Nice that they were able to pick up the first down there, help them relax a little bit. They run on first down, but it only produces a gain of 2. It's 2nd down now. Jalen Mills in on the stop. On 2nd down, it's Hubbard, and not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. Here's Watson. When the defense wins and gives up no yardage on a running play, that's something they can build on and carry themselves forward throughout the game. A pickup of 11 and a Texans first down.
I don't believe that this opening drive is surprising to either one of us after the time we spent with the coaching staff and players prior to the game. What about you?
Absolutely. Not only that, but that big article in the paper this morning about their philosophy on starting games like you're shot out of a cannon, and that's what they've done. Very methodical here on this first drive.
Yeah, so many teams talk about that fast start. We're actually seeing it happen right here in front of us.
But now the kicker. Can they cap it off by putting the ball in the end zone? The first carry now. This is Johnson. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. From the 35 on 2nd down. Watson. And a quick throw here. That's complete. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 24-yard line. They'll run on first down. Hubbard, and he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8.
Going to run the sweep here. This is Hopkins. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1.
The tackle by Demarius Randall. A 1-yard gain.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7.
His passing's been on point on this drive, hasn't it? Been very accurate, gotten the ball downfield, gained nice chunks of yardage. But now, in this situation, the field is really condensed, partner. So if he's going to throw the football, that has to be pinpoint here.
I was going to ask you about that. Field shrinks, has to be sharper, but it's been a good opening drive so far.
Now they just want to see if they can cap it off with the bell ringer and put it in the end zone.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. A great effort there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Texans have taken the lead. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how are we going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. That one in the books as a 12-play drive. And in the end, it's capped off by a 7-yard run. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And a methodical drive last time, but they couldn't get that knockout blow. They had to settle for 3.
But you got to like what they've been doing along the way, right? It's almost like the body blows, the setup punch. As you said, they didn't get the knockout blow here, but that doesn't mean it can't come later in the game on another possession. And the defense on the other side,
maybe a little gas,
yeah,
right?
A little tired. And if nothing else, they just feel relieved getting upfield, only giving up 3. They don't exactly feel like they've handled the offense.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Mayfield. Safarian Jenkins has it. And out across midfield down to the 45. 27 yards there, a first down.
Nice play call, a little bit of play action right there. If you can get those linebackers to freeze for just a split second, that's usually all the room you need in order to get it to your tight end.
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 45-yard line. And now we've got flags down. Looked like one of the Browns might have moved. And that'll set them back 5.
We got this. 20.
A toss play to Chubb. A check on the numbers for Chubb from a week ago. 18 carries, 82 yards.
And they love what they've got in him. He's the number 4 rusher in the league right now, so you know that you have to account for him on defense, which means you can play complementary football as well. Throw the play action, get it out to the wide receivers, because they should have some open space because the defense will key on them.
From the 39, Mayfield. And he gets it down to the 32. 7 yards there and a first down. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Mayfield hands it off to Chubb. And not a lot of daylight, not really any daylight inside as he's going to be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Brings up 2nd down. On 2nd down now, it's Brooks. And a 5-yard gain as he's down inside the 30 to the 28-yard line. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. And that will be incomplete. And for the 2nd time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. He made his first attempt, this from 45. The kick by Pinheiro is good. And they'll get it back within a point at 7-6. So 2 first-quarter field goal attempts for him, and he's converted on both.
I like the positive right there. 2 for 2, got the points on the board. The negative side is they didn't score touchdowns. And, of course, going forward in this game, that's going to be the aim. And hopefully he'll be kicking extra points instead.
And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. Good drive last time. Really effective passing the football. Do you maybe mix it up, now go to the ground game and surprise the defense a little bit?
I would anticipate the defense making some changes, but I wouldn't necessarily just absolutely go in the opposite direction. They're doing so well throwing the ball.
Yeah, why
I wouldn't change it up until they showed me a reason to do so.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. Throwing again is Watson. The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. That's good for a Texan first down, a 12-yard pickup. That catch for his career's number 731, and that's the number that Calvin hit from behind, and he's going to be driven down. Larry Ogunjobi in for the sack.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front, nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Running from the gun, Johnson. Only 2 yards on the carry. That's going to set up a 3rd and long, 3rd and 15 to be exact. 3rd and long, it's Watson. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 16 yards on that one, and also a Texan first down.
Partner, that's excellent timing right there. Breaking off the route and being able to hit it right when he stops.
So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 49-yard line. Now it's Watson, a bootleg. Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. The number 1 pick, Myles Garrett, coming in to drop him. Defensive end gets in there that time. They were in a 4-3. What's the responsibility of the ends versus the tackles there, Charles?
Well, most of the time when you talk about the ends, they're your pass rushers. They're the guys that you turn loose to try and get to the guy who's going to throw the football. The tackles, usually more of the run-stuffing variety. But the way this game is advanced, you're wanting a little bit of everything out of all of your guys. But let's just go ahead and break it down and make it simple. The guy who's the right defensive end versus a right-handed quarterback, that's the blind side. He's going after the quarterback. He's going to put him on the ground.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Watson. That's caught by Hollister. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A gain there of 30 big ones.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great. And what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Now they'll run on the draw. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. Still a few inches short of a first down as they come up now on 2nd down. Watson. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
Watson now 9 of 11 passing in this first half. He's got his guys at 1st and 10. Back to throw, Watson. This is caught. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. DeAndre Hopkins, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Texans push further out in front.
All the receivers in the league are plenty good enough. Otherwise, they wouldn't make it in the NFL. But the ones that go to the Pro Bowl, they have refined route running ability.
On for the PAT, Kaimi Fairbairn. And it's up. It's good. Our score 14-6. A 10-play drive that time. And the result, a Houston touchdown. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. All right, Austin Seferian-Jenkins trotting back onto the field with the rest of his offense. And some of his highlights here from this game, he's nearing 100 yards, partner.
And defensive have worked so hard at how to try to slow down tight ends. It was a lot easier, partner, in the old days because they just lined up on the line of scrimmage, either put a defensive end or a linebacker over them and tried to body them so they couldn't get off the line of scrimmage easy.
And now?
Now, when they split out, detach from the line of scrimmage, you put a linebacker out there, they're often too elusive for them. Shake them and get to the secondary too easily before someone else can try and pick them up.
On 2nd and 7, Mayfield toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. The coverage good that time by Kendall Fuller. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. To throw, Mayfield. And he finds Seferian-Jenkins. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 45-yard line.
I know the halftime's approaching, but I don't think he's going to want to take a break. That's his 5th catch.
Yeah, they've really been targeting the tight end. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 45-yard line. Now Mayfield. Got an open man. It's Ratley. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. A good pickup there for the Browns, 15 yards.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, a sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you make curl a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. And again, it's Mayfield. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. The Pro Bowler Odell Beckham, the intended receiver. But it'll be 2nd down. Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. They'll throw again. Here's Mayfield. It's caught by Bryant. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. A 3rd field goal in the first half, not what they're looking for as they come up on 3rd down. Going to the air again with Mayfield. And he's got the hook up to Landry.
Partner, I think that completion takes the definition of dink and dunk to a different level, doesn't it?
It does, and the defense was right there, kind of played into their hands. So now the field goal unit trots out there for the 3rd time tonight. From the left hash, this will be a 41-yarder. The kick by Pinheiro is good. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. So he's been a busy man here in this first half. That's 3 field goals for him now.
And not just 3 field goals, but 3 for 3. So even though the offense has struggled a bit putting it in the end zone, they've still been able to come away with points due to his leg.
A 5-point game now as here comes the kickoff. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. So here are the Texans to take over. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10. Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Out of the gun, Watson. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. Trying to defend the out route there, got the PI call.
And you know what's difficult about that one is sometimes you want to make the undercut move and go for the football, and other times just want to hang on the upfield shoulder and make the tackle. I think he got caught in between and created a foul.
They get 14 on that one. Good for a Houston 1st down. To throw is Watson. Off the bootleg. Throw left side complete. It's Jordan. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Give him 17 on the pickup there, and the Texans also get a new set of downs.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the 1st down.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. And he'll give it here to his running back. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Watson throwing the out route incomplete. That's Jordan. The Texans on 3rd down. A perfect 4 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. To throw is Watson. Got an open man. It's QT. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. The end result, 21 yards.
But that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
Watson and the offense going to come up 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. From the gun, here's Watson. Underneath for Johnson. A good display of power, but it will only get him just inside the 5 to the 4. It'll be a gain of 6, and it'll make it 2nd down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he gets halfway home from the 4 down to the 2-yard line. The Texans on 3rd down. No problems to this point. A perfect 5 for 5. Here it's 3rd and 2. And they'll go on the ground. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. So reverse the celebration. We'll see if they have something else in their bag of tricks.
And isn't that always tough to watch when they score and you see the excitement and then when they realize those points aren't going to count? Can they get it back together and find their way back to the end zone?
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Here's Watson. And he's going to have the hook up to QT. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. So on 4th down, Texan kicker Kaimi Fairbairn comes on. From the left hash, a chip shot here. The kick by Fairbairn is good. And that'll push the lead up to 8. That drive took him inside to 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
This will be fielded at the 8. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Odell Beckham now marching back onto the field. Looking down at the stats here, realizing he has no catches. They targeted him twice, but no catches. So how do they get him more involved, Charles?
You make sure he touches it on routes that he likes to run. Maybe even run a reverse or some type of a jet sweep so he gets his hands on the ball and get him active and involved in the game. You just try and find ways to get him going, and it doesn't have to be something that's big downfield.
Maybe kind of like in basketball, just a shooter seeing the ball go through, you get him a rep, get him more comfortable.
I agree with that totally. Maybe
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. J.J. Watt able to record his 5th sack of the season. He's going to air one out. And this will be caught at the 30. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Nick Chubb, his 5th touchdown now on the year, as his guys have cut the lead down to 2.
Yeah, touchdown. I love it. Now it's only a 2-point game. I know it's the first half, but you've got to think. Go for 2. Tie it up. Go into the locker room. What are you doing? Come on.
You're bold. You're bold.
It's real easy to be bold sitting up here rather than right? Down there and making that decision.
We don't have to make those decisions. Either way, little time left on the clock here in the 2nd quarter. We'll see how this all plays out. Eddie Pinheiro now for the extra point. And this is now a 1-point game. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it ends with a touchdown for Cleveland. So we're back to a 1-point game now as the kickoff comes. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Deshaun Watson and the Texans offense trot back out there. They've got the lead. He's a big reason why. Looking sharp so far.
And as we travel around the league, we see quarterbacks get it done in a variety of ways. But today's NFL does tell us one thing. If that guy doesn't play well, their team's not going to win. And right now, he's got his team in the lead.
And now they'll look to extend that lead. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Watson now over 200 yards already in this first half. It's 1st and 10. Dumping it off for Johnson. It's a gain of 7, and that'll bring up second down. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Watson now to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. The Texans going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. Now a first down throw, Watson. And some room to work. A big seam, and he might go all the way. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Browns defense has a touchdown. Charles, I'm looking at you, and understandably your mouth is wide open in disbelief. What were they thinking?
That's going to be one of the great mysteries, but I do know this. When they went out on offense, I will guarantee they told them, don't just make anticipatory throws. Make sure you see it before you throw it. Didn't happen here.
Trying to protect that lead, and now they gave it up. Pinheiro now to add the extra point. And that'll make this a 6-point game. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Likely time for one final snap as they start out 1st and 10. They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And he'll work this back to right around the line of scrimmage and surrender there. So we have reached halftime in what's a 6-point game at the break. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But
the second half upon us sooner than we bargained for. Week 7, second half. Let's do it. The Browns are going to get the second half kickoff, and they've got this lead as well as we are back and underway. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Deshaun Watson making his way back out, the focus of our players' spotlight. And he's been pretty good, and we see some of his good play, but I guess maybe he needs to be a little bit better right now. They're down.
He does look good in the spotlight, though, doesn't he? He does look good in the highlights, but that's not what truly matters. And right now, as a team, they've got to figure out what it's going to take to get back into the lead. He has to continue to play well, has to keep rallying the offense. The defense has got to pick things up a little bit. And I don't think there's much animosity between the two sides. On the really good teams, both take accountability and try and figure out how they can do more to get their team on top.
Yeah, well, he's doing his part. He's been good. A fresh set of downs on a gain of 13 there for the Texans. He's going to fire one deep left sideline. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Here's Watson throwing again. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line.
Time to give a little credit here. That was an excellent read by the guys on the defensive side of the ball.
Oh, you're crediting your defense.
Got to credit them on that one because they tried to fool them, right? Tried to trick them. Ran a screen, and they went to it and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
Now Watson to throw on 3rd down. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Jordan. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 43. So there on that play, offensively, they ran the crossing route. Defense was in zone coverage, so as a former DB, How tough is it to defend that?
It's really difficult because your natural inclination is to chase the receiver and maybe leave your zone. So you have to have discipline in order to talk to your other coverage guys and let him know that that receiver's crossing from your zone to the next zone. He's coming your way. Make sure you have him. And then when the ball is actually thrown, secure the tackle. When they're moving on crossing routes, if you miss a tackle, it usually results in a big play.
A big one there for the Texans, 18 yards.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Right back to him on first down. And he'll get it down inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 18-yard line.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Watson. This will be caught just inside the 10. 9 yards on the play there, and it sets him up 1st and goal. Watson throwing quickly to Hopkins. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
They threw the screen to the perimeter, but to no benefit at all. Tackled behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of yardage.
Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here. Here's Watson. That's complete right around the 8. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. They'll wind up getting 7 on the completion, but they'll still be faced now with a 3rd and goal situation. Now Watson on 3rd and goal. And he's going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line. Myles Garrett, his 2nd sack of the night.
That's his 2nd sack of the game. And the best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive lineman across from them, what moves they need to do to set them up. This guy's been pretty good at it all game long.
And for the 2nd time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here.
A 28-yard attempt.
The kick by Fairbairn is good. And that will bring the deficit back down to 3. So a decent drive there to start the 3rd quarter. They only salvaged 3 out of it, but they inch a bit closer.
Yeah, but still lots of time to go in this one. That's why you hear that clapping on the sidelines, right? Hey, got some points. As you said, inching their way back in. Time left to go out and get that victory.
This will be fielded at the 6. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. So here are the Browns to take over. They've got the lead right now in this ball game, and they're on the heels of that nice win last week over the Packers. Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. They go play action. Mayfield. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. Chubb on the counter and fights through one man. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. On 3rd down, Mayfield dumps this to his running back, Chubb. And boy, he is very close to a 1st down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
Well, it wasn't a big strike, but that completion put them in really great range. What do we have now, 4th and inches?
Yeah, it's not more than a half a foot.
You know what I would do here?
You would always go for it.
I'm one of those guys.
Here's Jamie Gillen now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. And now out comes Houston. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that. Super toe.
No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10.
That was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down. He already has 2 sacks to his credit. Now another tackle for loss.
And you know how you can always identify who was supposed to block him? They're the ones helping up the person who just got knocked to the ground with the ball, right? Whether it's a running play or a pass play, they've got to figure out a way to slow him down. Maybe you chip him with a second guy. Maybe you just out-and-out double him. Maybe you make sure you take the ball and throw it as far away from him as possible. Because right now, he is wrecking things for them.
His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down.
One of the feature points of the in route is being able to make a nice throw to the middle part of the field. And for a quarterback, that's one of the better throws and better looks that he'll get. But he has to be careful not to wait too long and let his receiver wander into some tough territory. If he's late with the ball, he can get his receiver hit and hit hard.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. A shotgun snap for Watson. He finds his man Johnson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 16 yards on that one, and also a Texan first down. He's having a big game through the air, and sometimes those smart decisions just dump it off. That's how you continue to have big games through the air.
I agree totally. That's a great analogy, a great way to put it, because he doesn't get too greedy where everything has to be pushed downfield, trying to create big plays that aren't there. You dump it off and take that nice gain, and things add up, and now you have the kind of game he's having.
On 1st down, it's Hubbard. Larry Ogunjobi there to make the tackle. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Now it's Watson. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be 3rd down. Well, he caught it right at the line of scrimmage, and before he could even think about advancing it forward, he got hit.
Great tackling, because that's what you're taught. Don't give up yards after the catch, and most offenses make a living off of yards after catch. Those hidden yards that may not go into the score sheet, but they count big for moving the ball and stretching the field. Really nice open field tackle.
From the gun on 3rd, Watson. Over the middle, complete. That's Hubbard. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. It's a gain of 20 and picking up the first.
Good route, good pickup for 1st down yardage, and that is a tough one to cover, the angle route, because a running back getting out of the backfield, if you're trying to cover that, especially if you're in the linebacker spot and you're seeing this play develop, he heads out towards the flat first, and that often gets you to overcommit running in that direction. Then he cuts back up inside you into the middle of the field. That's what we just saw there for a nice pickup.
Now this one to his running back out of the backfield. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. That was the 8th play of the drive, so a somewhat fitting pickup of 8 yards.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field. But we always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. But a lot of times, the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes to one of those.
A throw out wide caught by Hopkins. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line.
Now that was well defended, and as a cornerback, what you're taught when you see a wide receiver screen, either you get underneath the play before the blocking forms, or you're going to have to fight your way through it by getting through some blocking. That was a really nice play there.
It's 2nd and goal, back to the 8-yard line now.
Check.
Going to give this time to the tailback. Try to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and no more. No gain on the play there, and they're going to need to come up with something better here on 3rd and goal. Getting this into the hands of Turner. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. That pass play good for 7, but it still brings up a 4th and goal.
I think a lot of people ask the same question all the time. Why do we see so many slants in the red zone? Well, the windows are tighter. Everything's more condensed. It has to be quicker, and you've got to deliver the ball on time. Your biggest worry, ball gets tipped in the air, because if that happens, then it's fair game for the defense.
So with a 4th and goal looming, we hit the end of 3 quarters of play. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Fairbairn able to put this one through. And in the 4th quarter, this game is tied. So with less than a minute gone by here in this 4th quarter, the field goal there gets this thing back to even.
And it's setting up for a fantastic finish, isn't it, partner? It's been a well-played game, a hard-hitting game. The fans are into it. The announcers are into it. This is going to be a great 4th quarter.
Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the 1st down run goes backwards. Mayfield looks to throw over the middle and into the hands of his receiver Landry. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down. The Browns on 3rd down, 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 4. To throw, Mayfield. Got an open man, it's Ratley. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. That'll move the sticks for the Browns, a gain of 12.
All right, let's just go ahead and walk through this one pretty easily, right? Blast off the line of scrimmage, get downfield to a certain point, usually around 8 to 10 yards, turn around and make sure the quarterback sees your numbers and set yourself up for the pass.
A well-executed curl route by Charles Davis. Some pretty good games all weekend. We may have saved the best for last. This Monday night game has been a dandy. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Well, now they'll try the end around. I don't think anyone in the building fooled right there, as that one is going to blow up in their faces. The Browns on 3rd down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This is 3rd and 9. From the gun, Mayfield. He finds Beckham complete. And they pick up 25 as they convert on 3rd. Well, we haven't been shortchanged on offense. Another fun play to watch there on the deep pass.
This game has the feel of, a turkey bowl, a Thanksgiving day. You know, when we get together this year, when the Davises and the Gaudens get together, that's what our playbook's going to look like they're drawing them up in the dirt, and so far it's working for both of them.
Mayfield now, 5 straight completions here in this second half, 1st and 10. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. So a jump there defensively.
It's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
So a 1st and 5 now after the 5-yard penalty from the neutral zone infraction. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And to the tight end here, Safarian Jenkins. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. The 6 yards on the pickup, and it leaves him with a 1st and goal.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball down.
And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. In for the score. And they're able to break the tie and move out in front here in this 4th quarter. And down near the goal line here, they're able to throw it in.
And the key word, quick. Quick hitter. Out of his hands fast, into the receiver's hands even faster.
Pinheiro now to add the extra point. And they will take a 7-point lead now. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And it's capped off by the Browns touchdown. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This one taken from the 7. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. And they had a long drive last time, but they had to settle for a field goal, and I'm sure that's how it felt to them, settling. They probably should have gotten in the end zone.
Yeah, not out-and-out joy, right? Because that's what you get when you put the ball in the end zone. But there are benefits to that type of a long drive. Your defense gets a chance to take a break, adjust a little bit, maybe get themselves ready to get back out on the field and play a little bit better. So they'll take the benefit even though they wanted the 6 points.
Yeah, maybe wore down the other defense. We'll see.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on 2nd down and short. What I like to see.
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
Now, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. Watson on 3rd down. This is Johnson. He's got it. Got what they needed there. The drive continues with a 9-yard pickup.
And, Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the 1st.
Okay, just like that. Just like that.
On 1st and 10, Watson. That's complete to Turner. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. A big one there for the Texans, 18 yards. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Watson. He gets this one to Johnson. And this one's going to go the wrong way, losing yardage back at the 42. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 14. Well, they try to swing it out left into the flat, complete, but really nice open field tackling.
And they played that one like a great boxer. They were on their toes on that one. They weren't back on their heels reacting to the play. No, they saw it, came right for it, and made a nice tackle for lost yardage.
To throw again on 2nd down. Watson, and he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line. Myles Garrett able to record his 5th sack of the season. And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
Following the sack, it's now 3rd and long for Watson and the Texans. 3rd and long, it's Watson. Looking left side, he's got it, complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And they're going to have another 1st down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 27-yard line.
When you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
Watson on 1st down. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. 2nd and 10 now from the 27. Throwing again is Watson. And that'll be incomplete. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Again, it's Watson. And he's going to have the hook up to QT. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. And on that last play there, he's over 400 yards passing now.
You know what that generally means?
Success.
That, and it means you really didn't miss opportunities. Usually very accurate. The ball's getting to the right place. Guys are making yardage after the catch to help you out that way. I mean, the whole team has picked it up. And don't forget, that means the offensive line has had to pass protect pretty well, too.
Yeah, everyone dialed in. A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7. But first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. Trying to run inside, but nothing there.
Face mask. Defense.
Well, when you're leading in the 4th quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
So now then, the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal.
Here we go, D, get off the field.
They run the counter. Hubbard, and he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal. Watson off play action. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3. Out of the gun, Watson. That is caught. Hopkins for the Texans touchdown. DeAndre Hopkins with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year, as they can now even this game here in the 4th quarter with the extra point.
I know Paul Revere talked about by land or by sea, right? You know, 1 by land, 2 by sea. He didn't mention air, because right now we're seeing a big-time performance, aren't we? That's 2 touchdowns so far in this game.
Where'd you pull that one from?
And, you know, every now and then I actually listened in history class.
And you're just a scholar all the way around. You're reading all the time. I like that you fit that into the broadcast.
You know, I just grab a nugget when I can.
So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this fourth quarter. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
Now a quick slant as the throw's complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. That'll move the sticks for the Browns, a gain of 12. Mayfield now looking to throw on first down. Safarian Jenkins has it. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. A gain of 6 there on first. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Getting down to the good stuff, all tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And complete over the middle, Safarian Jenkins. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 40. Now Mayfield.
That's exactly what they were looking for. If they get another gain like that, they'll be right there in field goal range.
And the tension building. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. Mayfield finding Beckham. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts, and they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. Mayfield brings him up 1st and 10, and he's hit on all 5 of his pass attempts on this drive so far. Throwing, Mayfield, and that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. Here's Mayfield. Oh, no, he lost the football. And the Texans scoop it. Does the big boy have the juice? He's at the 40. And they will finally get him down as he's all the way to the 36-yard line.
Defense.
Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag. But you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
So the face mask puts them in even better shape than they were in as they'll have a short field here on 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Watson now to throw. Oh, no, he lost the football. Now the Browns signal for the 2nd of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with 65 seconds remaining. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. They run the counter. It's Hubbard. And he's going to be stopped well short of what he needed as the tackle is made at the 18-yard line. The Browns will quickly use their 3rd and final timeout as it comes with exactly a minute to go in the football game. The kick by Fairbairn is good. And the sideline celebrates as they have taken the lead in the final minute. All right, so time to reset here. It's a huge kick there, gives them the lead, but they've got to be careful that their celebrations aren't a little too premature.
You're exactly right about that because there still is time for the other guys to run a few plays and get into field goal position. So this defense is going to need to come up with one final stop if they're going to get out of here with a victory.
Mayfield and the offense now. Down by a field goal, 57 seconds to go. They need, at minimum, 3 points out of this as they come up 1st and 10.
180!
Mayfield. It's caught by OBJ. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. They'll look to throw. Caught. Safarian-Jenkins, right side. First down now, but the clock continues to move. He'll look to throw. It's caught. Beckham. And he finally goes down at the 23-yard line. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still, you're wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So for Houston, they fall a game under 500 now at 3 up and 4 down. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for the Browns, the loss drops them back to 4-3 so far. And they'll look to get back on track next week as they travel to Denver